Welcome to Becker's Bettering. To my
left.
To the left. Look at kick out. To my left, look at Jen, Nicole Becker, and Valerie and Becker.
Thank you.
Before we get to football, I just want to mention my mom right now, because I just want to send a shout out to you first, because you go through a lot this past years, and
This past month.
but it's been over the year. You have great mother, raised you very good, and sad to say, she's not even here with us, and that's really upsetting. I did talk to Tess in the bathroom.
Tess is Derek's imaginary sister.
Thank you for that. To talk to her, what I feel when I'm in your shoes.
I hope you're not in her shoes anytime soon.
Me too.
And I feel like if I'm Valerie and Baker, I appreciate the hard work I put in and having a great job, amazing kids, lovely husband. That's exactly you are. You're that person.
You trying to make me cry or what?
Well, let it out.
No,
I believe
Let
if
it
I
out.
was listening correctly before we started just now, that Derek overheard you having a little bit of a breakdown last night. And that's what you guys were talking about, and that's why he's talking about this now. But if I heard him correctly, he thought about pausing Monday Night Raw.
but he didn't.
But he didn't pause Monday Night Raw to come console you. But
No.
he is bringing it up on the podcast now.
Yeah. That is true.
It's a little backwards, bro.
But I understand that you're concerned about me, and I appreciate that.
We
But
actually are going to talk about Mimi a little later on. So I think we should get to some of our happier topics, and then we'll come back to that. What do you think?
You're probably right for that, Jen.
He's always here for you, just not during Monday Night Raw.
Just not during Monday Night Raw.
I'm always here for you.
Monday before 7 p.m. and after 10 p.m., right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably.
All right.
We all have boundaries.
Maybe AEW.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, my goodness.
So yeah.
All right, we'll come back to this.
So we'll go back to this conversation pretty soon.
Let's move on to something a little happier, a little bit more exciting. How about my Tigers?
Hell yeah.
M-I-Z.
Z. Oh, you.
We are in a bowl game, the Cotton Bowl.
Hell yeah.
December 29th. I tried to get tickets. They were sold out.
Oh, yeah, they went real quick.
Yeah.
A lot of strong Mizzou connections in Dallas.
Yeah. Eric and I were going to road trip
Well-
down there, but his nephew Justin is. They're going.
They are going.
They got their
tickets.
Yeah, I I
Hell
heard
yeah,
from Lauren.
Justin.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Well, go
I don't
you.
know.
Go
I
you.
might still go try to find some tickets on the secondary market or something. And as
Very-
long as I don't have to leave my foot there, I might consider it.
They're going to be double the amount they were going to be.
I know.
But it is the Cotton Bowl. It is Mizzou versus Ohio State.
And
The
Ohio.
Knights.
No, and Ohio State.
No, we're not.
Some Ohio State.
We're not going to.
They're not. Nah.
Yeah.
They don't deserve that.
Well, I
Go
am glad
Tigers.
you mentioned for football. Yes, Mizzou can come out with the win.
Well, not a win. We get a bowl game. It's the bowl game.
Can I tell you something
Come out with
sad
the
about
win.
that?
And now Mizzou is in a freaking bowl game. So
What do you
that's
got? What do you got, Ellis?
pretty good.
I have a concert to go to that night that I bought tickets for 2 months ago, and I'm kind of sad.
Oh, that is brutal.
But I don't want to miss the concert. So
Can you pull it up on your phone?
I will definitely be the whole time just looking up and back and forth.
You'll have to be. I do have to admit, I am a little scared of Ohio State. I
I
was
am
hoping for
too.
a different opponent.
I am not, because they already have had a lot of guys announce they're transferring or entering the transfer portal, and a lot of the Ohio State people are like, if it's not a national championship, they seem not to care. And I'm just happy that Mizzou gets to play a big brand as opposed to playing 13-0 Liberty, who is no one knows what Liberty is for the most part.
yeah.
Ohio State, as you said, the.
It will be
whatever.
quite the feat if we beat
Oh,
Ohio
exactly.
State.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And-
I am a little. I can't lie that I'm a little scared of them.
Right, I agree, but like I said, I'm happy that we get to play a big name, and I think that the three-headed monster, Brady Cook, Cody Schrader, and Luther Burden will be very ready for the task.
Yeah, I like that take. I do think it is exciting to get to play such a
Mm-hmm.
well.
Respected team.
Yeah, that's quite
Yeah,
the organization.
I am so happy for you about your Mizzou Tigers. That's a big deal.
It is a
Hell
big
yeah.
deal.
Go Tigers!
Congratulations. Congratulations for that. Big deal for Mizzou. And my Z.
ZOU.
Give you, we were talking about football. First of all, congratulations for you, Mizzou. Making it a big time.
Okay, what do you want to change the subject to?
Hell
He
yeah.
wants to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles.
Philadelphia
Oh,
Eagles
They
lost
Oh,
the big game.
what happened?
They got, like,
they got
annihilated.
trounced. Oh my god!
Wasn't happy for that.
The
Actually.
Chiefs also lost.
Yeah, they
Also,
did. Go
Kansas City
Pack,
Chiefs
go.
lost too.
Ellis is a hater, okay? Ellis cannot help himself but to swipe up every time I post about the Chiefs and say
Yeah.
something hateful on my Instagram story.
I'm 3-0 in Chiefs hating right now with the Lions, the Eagles, and then now the Packers with my direct hating towards everyone in
Alex.
the Chiefs.
Philadelphia Eagles lost.
Oh, I know.
We don't need your negativity.
I'm just a football fan, and there's things I do and don't like about
Well,
the
we
game
don't
right
need
now.
that.
The
According
Niners are
to
awesome.
Stephanie Tanner, how rude.
Oh my gosh.
The Eagles got a big
How
matchup
rude.
this week.
Hey,
I'm
let
sorry.
him talk.
The Eagles got a big matchup now in down in Dallas this weekend, so they got a tough road ahead.
I
Well, I
will-
got Philadelphia Eagles.
I will say, though, it was Tay-Tay's first time seeing her boy Travis lose, so that was a bummer. But my personal favorite tweet, I really saw it on Instagram. I think it was probably originally on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. But it said, the highest earning female musician of the past decade and the most decorated gymnast in history were at Lambeau tonight. Apparently the Chiefs and Packers played too.
Yeah. I
Well,
think
go Chiefs for that one.
Simone
They
Biles
lost.
is married to a young
defender.
man who plays for
For
the
the
Packers,
Packers.
and he's from St. Louis.
Really?
Yeah, I read that he's from St. Louis.
I did not know he was from St.
Yeah.
Louis.
Mhm. Jonathan Owens.
Where'd he go to high school?
Gotta check that.
I think it was a
Well, speaking of that,
all-boys school, but I could be wrong.
speaking of the Packers, Jenna,
Mm-hmm.
the WWE superstar Liv Morgan
CBC.
was in the Packers game.
Liv Morgan was at the Packers game, and MJ was there with her. I saw them. They were on the
MJ?
field. MJ.
Our boy.
Oh, MJ, our friend.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He
cool.
was at the game with Liv Morgan. I guess he was in charge of the content for Liv Morgan that night.
Very cool.
So they were both there on
It
Lambeau
looked
Field together.
Chilly.
It looked really chilly. Paige and
It
Travis
looked
were there
so
too.
chilly.
Oh,
Yeah, I
did you
saw that.
see that? So you know how the Packers and fans are notorious for wearing like the cheese heads?
Yeah.
I saw a guy in a Chiefs jersey wearing a like cheese grater on his head. It was like a giant foam cheese grater. Amazing
That's
trolling.
funny.
That's good. That's good.
She said.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was Snapchatting back and forth with my girl Morgan, my little from college. She lives in San Diego, but she's born and raised a Packers fan because her dad is from
Go, Pack, go.
Wisconsin. And
Wow.
I told her good game at the
How
end.
could you not get high? Did you watch the whole thing? Like, before Carrie does her singing?
I think I tuned in right when Carrie
well,
Carrie was up.
Lil Wayne had he's a big Packers fan,
Yeah.
so he had a whole intro thing, and that was like,
But he's
I
from New
hyped.
Orleans.
he is. But
Why is he a
supposedly,
Packers fan?
when the Packers won Super Bowl 40 something, it was in New Orleans, and that kind of just made him be a Packers fan, I guess. And he has a
Interesting.
really good remix to Wiz Khalifa's Black and Yellow that's called Green and Yellow. Great song.
Yeah, I did see that part, but then I was like, isn't he from New Orleans? But yeah, so lots of losses except for Mizzou. Hey.
Shout out.
But I mean,
Everyone
truthfully,
Mizzou.
that's the one that really matters to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take it.
Mizzou's won. Kansas City Chiefs lost. Philadelphia Eagles lost.
Not
Sports.
great.
Great.
That's okay. At least they're losing before the playoffs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So I do want to talk about, you have had some changes to your nighttime routine this week, Derek.
Yes, and the CPAP. CPAP is doing fine.
The CPAP's not doing fine.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's talk
It's
about
not
you.
doing
You
fine
went to
right
get
now.
fitted.
We went to get fitted, and we had made a very nice friend. Her name's Amanda. She's super nice.
Shout out to you and Amanda.
Yeah, and her husband's a big WWE fan. We didn't really talk much about that, but anyway, she was super nice. But Derek, we saw her last Thursday. Derek decided he wasn't going to try the CPAP till Friday, and I was like, whatever. I'm not going to like have a battle over one night. And he tried it, and it's just not working. It's like a fire hose of air coming at him, and it's like,
Oh,
sorry.
Doesn't sound good to sleep in. No.
No, and when we were in
Nope.
the room with Amanda, it was completely quiet. I couldn't hear it at all. So I don't know what happened between when we left and when we got home, but Derek and I failed somewhere. And we're going to go see Amanda again this Thursday and see if we can't get this all figured out.
well, good. Then you can tell Amanda about Baker Banter, because you told me that her husband was a wrestling fan, but you didn't really tell her that much about Baker Banter.
Nah.
So you have
But
to
we
make sure
we
she
only
knows
have
now.
30 minutes this time. We were with her for an hour last time, and now we only get 30 minutes. So we got to be concise and quick and make sure we get the business done. But we're working on it. He's being brave, and we'll figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Well, when we talked Saturday morning, you and I, Derek, after you hadn't worn it for the first time. First of all, I do want to highlight this photo. So, Derek, you did talk about it a little bit on Snapchat to our Snapchat followers, but you also kind of gave our Snapchat followers a little bit of a jump scare with this picture.
Oh, that.
I thought it was kind of funny. You didn't really say anything else, and then you just posted this, and I was like, are people going to know what that is? I sent it to a couple people. I was like, oop, jump scare on Baker Banter Snapchat.
Well, I'm not trying to scare anyone. If I did, I am extremely sorry. That photo you saw, it was just a CPAP to help you breathe better at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're working on it. So work in progress.
Yeah, work in progress.
But then when I talked to you Saturday morning, which was after you had worn it for the first time, you did tell me that you had slept really well Friday night.
He only
Hell
wore it
yeah.
for 30 minutes.
Oh, he didn't disclose that part.
Yeah.
Well, I did sleep fine on Friday night for sure. That's not the problem. So that's good. Friday night was good. Saturday night,
That's when the noise really started. So I don't know if we like
Didn't
jarred
set it up
something
properly,
loose
or
I don't know. But
Is
That's
it not
okay.
like a white noise at all? Because I love
it
that.
was. I sleep with the fan running,
Yeah,
like the
same.
white noise fan.
Mhm.
No, this was like, I won't do it again. It was
Oh.
bad. It
Was
was
it like
aggressive.
a-
and it was very aggressive. And
Like a CAT scan?
the way that it was supposed to happen was it was supposed to have a slower flow of air in the beginning while he's
Mhm.
awake, and then gradually move up to what he needs
Right.
for his best sleep. But it was like a fire hose of air. Just,
Oh,
it was a lot. It
sounds
was a lot.
tough.
It was a lot. So we'll figure it out. And
Yeah.
I feel confident that we'll
Take
figure it
two.
out. We'll figure it out.
So did you only try to wear it Friday and Saturday night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
The
think
party
you'll try it
nights.
again. Have you?
not on Sunday, not
Yeah, no.
Monday.
Yeah.
It's like me tonight either.
Yeah, no. We're gonna see her again on Thursday.
Okay. So we'll chat about this again next week, and hopefully next week you'll have had a better experience.
Yeah.
But
Or
regardless,
better max it.
a better mask, yeah. Regardless, you were very brave.
Very brave.
You were ready to go.
Yeah.
I would like to know, I know that, a couple weeks ago, you've kind of been beefing with your imaginary brother, Mark, about this whole CPAP thing. Are you guys still beefing, or now that you've tried it, are you not beefing? What's going on there?
We're still beefing.
Okay.
Still
Do you want to
beefing.
talk about it, or not yet? Not right now.
Beefing. Right now, my favorite is Tess O'Malley. And she's sitting over there. Hi, Tess.
Hi, Tess.
Hi, Tess. Okay. Well,
Hi, Derek. What's up, Make It Better?
okay. Well, Mom and I did something exciting on Friday.
We did. Do you know what we did?
That's cool.
Do you know what we did, Derek?
Well, I am glad you bring up that. I have exciting news for you, and I'm not gonna tell you yet. So, Janet, go ahead.
Well, we went and looked at our first wedding venue.
Kick your ass for that.
Thank
I'm
you.
getting married.
Oh,
Right now.
You guys
Oh.
are renewing your vows?
Yeah, no,
Nice.
no.
no, it was for me.
It was about Jenna.
Please tell me you're not having another kid.
Oh, my Lord.
Please tell me. No, don't do that to me.
I don't think biology would let you do that anymore, would
No,
they?
thank God. No, I'm too old for that, buddy.
No, it was a wedding venue for Chris and I, and it was very beautiful, and I'm excited. We have another venue that we're going to go look at this Friday, and then we'll hopefully be able to make a decision after that.
Yep, super
Well,
exciting.
Only I want to see is you walking down the aisle, getting married, and having babies.
Whoa.
All at the same time?
And you
At the same time.
it will be Jenna Baker and Taylor Swift
Oh.
and Chris Jones and Travis Kelce's getting married and having babies at the same time.
Oh, we're
Wow,
all going to enter our
a
parenthood journey
joint wedding.
together.
I like that. That would cut costs. I'm sure that the Kelseys and Swifts would like that.
I think they could pick up the bill, don't you think?
Oh, I think they
Yeah,
can
I
afford the
could.
bill.
Yeah. You guys just take care of the rehearsal dinner. and you'll be fine.
Okay. I mean, I would be down for that.
Good.
If they're down for that, I'm down for that.
Well, that would be a tip of 22.
I don't know if Chris will be down for that, but
I'm pretty sure Chris is in.
I mean, if they foot the bill, I think Chris would be okay with it.
Right. It's in
Can we
Kansas.
invite the Kansas City Chiefs, Chris Jones, too?
Sure, why not? Let me at the first person, me.
Oh my goodness, you're so funny.
I'm not getting married yet.
So I was very excited. Saturday night, I finally got to go to Miracle, which is a Christmas pop-up bar here in St. Louis. I've been wanting to go for years, but it's really, really hard to get a reservation, except for, unfortunately, I was under the impression that we were having dinner, and our reservation was at 7:45, and I was hungry, and they don't have food.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
So
Shocker.
that was a bummer for me. They do have, luckily, they had Chex Mix and gooey butter cookies. I did not
Oh,
try a
thank
gooey butter
goodness.
cookie. I did not try a gooey butter cookie,
Dinner
but I
of champions.
did
Yeah, no
drink.
doubt.
Well, I mean, I was driving too. So I was driving my friends and I was prepared to have a drink, and then I hadn't eaten anything. And I'm like, oh, this is a problem. But luckily we had Chex Mix. And after we
Shout
were going to, after we went to Miracle, we went over to see a couple of my friends for their 30th birthday party. And it was not too far away. It was only like 10 minutes away from where we were having drinks, not dinner. And there was a Taco Bell between here and there.
Nice.
And so I left the fancy
Reese,
schmancy
you
Christmas
got
bar.
food in your body.
Well, I was wearing a very cute Christmas outfit, and it was very stylish and very cute. And I had a very fancy Taco Bell late dinner in my car.
Romantic.
I do want to bring it back. I did say we were going to talk about Mimi Warren a little bit this podcast further than Derek's intro. We do have Mimi's celebration of life this weekend. It will have already happened by the time this podcast comes out. But in order to accommodate our whole family being able to make it back in town for her services, we did have to schedule it a little further out. So we do have that this weekend. And Ellis asked me about my shirt earlier, so I will inform him now. This is a shout out to the Shop Forward from Amy Brown and the Bobby Bones Show. But this is a custom Shop Forward shirt that I made for Mom and Katie and I last year. And it says spaghetti, the pickle, game night, and bake cookies, because those are 4 things that we do around the holidays that are very important to us. And spaghetti, potentially being the most important, is at the top because every year Mimi Warren made spaghetti, and it is the most delicious spaghetti I've ever had in my whole life. And this year we get to take on that task, which is going to be a challenge.
Yeah, and I had intended to go over this Christmas and make it with her because I've never really made it with her since I was a kid.
Gotcha.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get to do that. But luckily, Katie and Derek and I did make meatballs with her one year, and we did vlog that experience. So we do have that footage to recap and to go back and look at and remember what she told us about the meatballs.
Are the recipes written down?
They are.
Okay, gotcha.
But she cooked this sauce for 3 days.
Oh. Okay. It's a
And it was a dash of this and a splash of that.
That's always how it goes. My friend Giuseppe is Nona. She makes good sauce, and he's always like, "How much time does it take?" And she's like, "No, Giuseppe, no time. Just taste."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. So
Yeah.
it's tough. You guys can do it though.
Yeah, so you're gonna
For the record,
Well, I'm actually going to try to do it this week
right.
because my brother's going to be in town this weekend. He
The
won't
family.
be back for Christmas.
Gotcha.
So we're going to try. We're doing a kind of a crash course this week, and then we're going to do it again for Christmas. So I'm going to make it twice in December just to add on to the lack of stress in my life.
Yeah, but we're gonna get through it.
It'll be fine.
And
I did mention that earlier on intro. Mom,
stress.
I'm really sorry what happened to your mom.
I know. Me too.
She's a lovely woman, and she raised really good kids like you and Dana and the rest.
Oh, you're not
oh,
going to
you
say
got
after
mention Vicky? Aunt Vicky, there's only one more. It's not like you got to name
The
10
rest.
kids.
The rest of the children, like Aunt Frankie, Uncle Dennis, and
Oh, Uncle Dennis is not a part of the Warren side.
Bro,
He's
what are you talking
part
about?
of the Baker side.
You know that.
no, Uncle Dana.
Yeah. Uncle Dana and Aunt Vicky.
Those are mom's
Aunt
only
Vicky
siblings. There's just two.
And Aunt Tina as well, and especially your brother Dana Warren.
Yeah.
They are incredible.
They are incredible people. You're
Incredible
right. I'm very
people.
lucky. I have a great brother and sister-in-law and brother-in-law.
And this coming week on Saturday, they are part of my biggest speech.
Oh, we'll have to talk about that.
We don't have to talk about it. It's negotiable. It's official.
It's non-negotiable, I think, is what that he
Wrong.
was trying to say.
It's official. Derek Baker will start first.
Oh.
I have a lot of things to say about you and your brothers and sisters.
Are you talking about at the Celebration of Life this weekend?
Yeah.
You think you're going to speak first?
I have to. I'm her son, and I am really glad to do that for my mom.
Well, you're not Mimi's son.
First of all, my grandma died, so
Same
let me
here,
have it.
bro. Same here. Okay. We don't have to argue about that right now. But I did just kind of want
I
to
will go first.
acknowledge that our Christmas plans are looking different this year. And I just wanted to mention that, not to like harp on the grief we are going through, but more so just to be real, be authentic, and also to provide comfort to those of you who might be experiencing something similar. Like this time of year, especially this time of year can be hard for people regardless. But this time of year, when you've lost someone and the way we lost someone so suddenly, so unexpectedly, it can be really tough. And you're not alone. We are also going through a tough time right now. And I just, we come on here each week and we try to have a good time. And that is what we're going to continue to do after this portion of the conversation. But in reality, we are still struggling and this is still hard. And we did have to schedule her celebration of life a little further out so our whole family could be together, which is good. And I'm glad that we were able to do that, but it does elongate our grieving process. And you are your only sibling, or you're the only child of Mimi's that lives here in town, which I know has made things a little bit tougher on you as far as just being the only person here that can go get her mail and go do the things that need to be done. And I just wanted to acknowledge that and to be truthful about what we're going through. We are having to change our plans this holiday season unexpectedly, and because we are taking on the task of preparing Mimi's 3-day spaghetti meal, we are also changing our plans that we normally have on Christmas Eve with Dad's side of the family and the Baker side of the family in order to make things a little bit easier on us Christmas Eve, because we're taking on the task of Christmas as well this year unexpectedly. Before I move on to Christmas Eve, did you want to comment on anything or say anything?
No, I mean, I just, I'm sure, we were, there was a little bit of a hole in our Christmas last year, right? Because last year was the first year we didn't have Mimi Baker with us on Christmas Eve. She wasn't deceased,
Right.
but she was in a nursing facility and she was very involved with dementia. And so we had to celebrate Christmas Eve without her last year.
Yeah.
And then we lost her in July. And, so there was already kind of that, elephant in the room, if you would, right? And now,
And all of us got sick.
yeah, last year you and Katie and Dad and I had to pay. Well, we typically host Christmas Eve here. We had to cancel Christmas Eve here because I think Katie and Dad both had fevers and we didn't want to get anybody sick. So we did it several days later.
We were able to have Christmas the same, thank goodness, because
Yeah.
luckily the fevers were a couple days before Christmas Eve, and Christmas Eve was kind of the end of the sickness. So we were able to thankfully have Christmas like normal last
Well,
year.
and we weren't in this house where all the germs were, and the Baker side has little bitty kids, and at the time on the Warren side we didn't have any little bitty kids. Now we do.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's it's kind of daunting to think about Christmas this year without my mom on the one hand. On the other hand, I know she wants us all to move on. She wouldn't want us to be upset or sad. She wouldn't want our, holidays to be filled with nothing but grief. So I think we all just gotta, pull up our big girl pants and do our best and find our joy and shine.
Yeah, and I do
You're
think
right about something, Mom. Bigger pants. Go.
Are you gonna pull up
Go
your
up.
big girl pants?
Probably. But I am going to pick up my big boy pants, and I want you to go first. If you like, I will go first. The biggest piece that I am repairing, I got.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that later.
we'll talk about her celebration of life later, buddy.
if that's okay.
That's fine.
And then next week, after it's over, we can talk about it, what happened. 'Cause
Yeah,
I plan to speak as well.
we'll update them on how the celebration
and I
of
will
life
go.
went.
Okay.
Together.
But yeah, I also think, we've talked about it, that Mimi Warren, Christmas was a big task for her.
Yeah, it was a big task.
And
for her.
obviously, God had a plan, and unfortunately it's not the way we wanted it to go, but God obviously knew that maybe she couldn't take on that task this year.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're still planning on celebrating in her home. So we're going to put up the Christmas tree. At least that's what we talked about right now. And we're going to go and have dinner at her house on Christmas. That's the plan.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that was still the plan, but
Yeah.
okay. Well,
But we'll see.
we'll see.
We're having Christmas Eve here. And Derek, I'm not sure if you've heard all the things about typically in the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, we've had a Mexican fiesta. So we've had tacos and your Aunt Dana made enchiladas every year. Of course, we had margaritas, and because doesn't everybody have margaritas on Christmas Eve? I don't know.
Well, us in the Jewish faith usually have Chinese food, but
Okay, there
margaritas.
you go. But that was a lot of work for Dad and I to get all that Mexican together. So this year we've actually decided to have a little bit of a chili cook-off.
Ooh.
And Lauren is going to make her gumbo, and Dad is going to make chili, and Chris and Jenna are going to make a white chicken chili. And
Jeffrey's gonna make
Jeffrey's going to
chili.
make a chili. And
I heard you had something that you thought you might want to make, Derek. Is that true?
Yep.
And what do you think you want to make?
Same thing what you guys doing. It is really good, cough, so I'm going to throw my hat to the ring.
so Derek wants to compete in the chili cook-off. So I think you and Katie we're looking for a good chili recipe for Derek. You
But-
want something spicy, you said.
Oh,
Yes.
I have a friend that can send you something very spicy. It's like heartburn in every bite, but it's worth it.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Well, tell your friend. I like that
All right.
recipe.
I'll send it your way.
Cool.
So, in addition to Ellis's friend, did you want to maybe ask our followers to send over some of their best spicy chili recipes?
They don't have to. I can let Alice take care of it.
Okay, great.
Okay,
well, there
we
you go.
thought maybe we'd ask our friends in social media if anybody had a really good spicy chili recipe. We didn't know Ellis was going to fix us in 2 seconds.
Do you
But
guys have any Cincinnati followers?
I mean,
Don't
I'm
know.
sure we do.
Gotcha. They're a big chili city, so they might know.
yeah.
Well, okay. If you're listening to this and you have a spicy chili recipe that you think is delicious, send us a message on Baker's Bantering on Instagram, and Derek and Katie will be making a spicy chili. And we thought maybe we would try to do TikTok live or something the day that we make the spicy chili.
Yep. It's going to be delicious.
And
It's
my
gonna be
friend
great.
Elena also gave me a chili recipe that you can look at
Good.
and see if you like that one as well. You'll have to pick one, obviously. And she won the chili cook-off at my office. So, but I don't eat chili, so.
Why not? There's so many different types and things in
Mom
there.
doesn't like that many things being mixed together.
Oh,
I think you
Fair
might
enough.
like the white chicken chili, though.
I'll try them.
love a good white chicken.
And I think
chili.
it's also the
You
beans.
better try mine, Mom.
See, Chris and I leave the beans out because Chris loves me and he knows I don't like beans.
Yeah, I'm not
no
a big
beans,
bean girl.
none.
Well,
No
the
beans at
beans
all?
don't really make a big difference in the white chicken chili at all.
True.
So he leaves them out because I don't like them.
That's
But I'm
fair.
going to make chili cheese dip. So
Oh, that'll play.
if I can't find any chili to eat, trust me, I can eat enough
There's
chili cheese
something,
dip to
yeah.
fill up my belly.
That's true.
You better eat mine.
I will try it.
She'll try them all.
I'll try it for sure.
Okay. On a lighter note, we are excited for the holidays, but our holidays are going to look a little different this year, and we are still grieving, unfortunately. But on a lighter note, Hanukkah starts this week.
Shout out.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah, everyone.
I am excited.
yeah.
I'm going to go see Alana and Ari tomorrow, which is my best friend and her son, and I'm going to bring him his Hanukkah gift.
There you
Heck
go.
yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
Hanukkah is one of my favorite holidays.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you
Love
know about
that,
Hanukkah?
Derek.
How many days is Hanukkah?
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of days till Hanukkah.
Do you want to ask Ellis some questions? Because Ellis is our resident Jew.
Because it isn't 4 days away.
That didn't sound good on
didn't-
the microphone.
No, it didn't.
Did
Our
that-
resident Jew,
He's our resident Hanukkah celebrator.
There we go. That's
our
a little
resident
better.
Hanukkah expert.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
It's
4
fine.
days away for Hanukkah.
No, 8 days of Hanukkah.
8 days of Hanukkah.
It is 3 days until Hanukkah starts, right? It starts Friday.
It's Thursday at sundown.
Thursday at sundown.
So-
Okay, Friday's
Yeah.
the first full day.
Mm-hmm.
Hanukkah and Christmas are my 2 favorite holidays.
Okay, that's fair.
Because you know why I love Hanukkah?
I don't.
Tell us.
Because I am the biggest fan of Jewish people, and I think that's really cool.
Okay.
Shout out.
Love that.
We do have a high Jewish population here in the Creve Coeur area, and we have a ton of Jewish friends. So I think it's reasonable that you're a big fan of Jewish people. A lot of our
Yeah.
friends are Jewish.
Including producer Ellis.
Who?
Yep.
Ellis hella cool. I said producer Ellis.
Oh, I thought you said Brittany Sorellis. And I'm like, who the hell is that?
Is
I'm
it
like,
him right
only
now?
this guy sitting over here in the corner.
I did. I heard Brittany Sorellis.
I kind of heard that too now that you said
Okay,
it.
thank you.
Interesting.
Producer Ellis.
Producer Ellis. Do you have a favorite Hanukkah tradition that you and your family celebrate or do?
Nothing like too in particular. We actually started doing with my whole family. We started doing a secret Santa, secret Hanukkah Harry, if you will, recently.
Hanukkah Harry.
We did a white elephant last year, which was fun. I ended up getting the best gift. At least I would say that. It was a nice little like cast iron skillet that came with a cookie recipe with it.
Ooh.
Other than that, nothing crazy in terms of tradition wise. In the eyes of like religious people, Hanukkah actually is not that important of a holiday. It's more of a representation of I guess strength and perseverance.
There are other Jewish holidays that are more important than
Yeah.
Hanukkah. Is that what you mean?
Mhm,
Right.
yeah, but I
okay.
definitely think the commercialization of Christmas expanded the commercialization of Hanukkah. But regardless, it's a it's a fun holiday to get the family together, celebrate some things. Latkes are really dank, which are like little hash browns with a little bit more seasoning in them. So maybe I'll make some for everybody.
Ooh, I'd love a latke.
Yeah, they're so good.
They're so good.
You need to bring them over for me.
Oh, I definitely will. I'll need to check out my Auntie Lane's recipe. Other than that,
do you play dreidel?
oh yeah, I never
Dreidel,
like.
the man that clay.
Yeah.
I know who that is. I sing that song.
I've spun a lot. I've never like really played how the game is supposed to be played. I like to gamble my money on sports more than on dreidels, but
Yeah, well, there's that.
but yeah, it's good. I enjoy celebrating it, lighting the stuff, and speaking Hebrew for the 8 days of the year that I'll speak Hebrew.
There you go. Okay, well, we're gonna.
Are you gonna tell me?
Oh,
me the
also-
question about Hanukkah?
Do you have something to say about Hanukkah?
I have one more thing also, but
Well,
go ahead.
let Ellis finish.
Oh, just if you guys don't know the story of Hanukkah, I suggest just watching the Rugrats Hanukkah. It's a great representation of it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yes.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Lo-
Little Tommy
Love that.
is
Now-
great.
That'll be a good Derek way for him to learn about Hanukkah.
Bro, that is not cool.
Katie loved the Rugrats. Loved.
They were
loved
so
it.
great.
wasn't
Are
trying
you
to be
gonna ask me
offensive.
the question
Hold
about
on to your
Hanukkah?
diapers,
What-
babies.
What do you want to tell us about Hanukkah, Derek?
Well, Hanukkah is very pretty interesting holiday. Like every time in high school, we always have a Hanukkah party. Like good food, lighting the candles are super fun. That's what Hanukkah is about.
All right.
So learning about Hanukkah, learning about Hanukkah and eating very good food is really a digital way, and that's really cool. And lighting those candles on every single row is super cool. And
I did enjoy when I lived with my little Jewish girlies on Pershing Avenue. Each year I would get to, light the menorah with them. And am I wrong that is it the Baruch Haka Adonai Eloheinu? That's as far as I can go.
Close enough.
That's the prayer you guys say?
you were
that's how
you were
pretty
close.
much every prayer
You were
starts.
close.
But
You
that's-
don't
yeah.
know about the prayer.
But yeah, it's pretty much it.
That I could only get to
My
the first
Hebrew
two
is
lines.
not that great either. I haven't really studied it since I was 13.
Sounds like there's an elephant upstairs.
It's
Oh.
Katie. She's not gonna
She
like
must-
that.
She must have clunky shoes on.
She must have clunky shoes on. She just got home. Okay. Would you like to wrap up this conversation about Hanukkah?
Yeah, that'd be great. Hanukkah is super fun holiday, very good food. Lighting the menorah is super fun. Hanukkah is super fun. I always learned to celebrate Hanukkah in high school, and
Was that in Mrs. Robinson's class?
probably yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You had several friends in that class that were Jewish.
Yeah, I
So
have
I'm sure
a
that's
couple
why
of friends
that.
are Jewish. It's pretty cool. It's part of
They
that community, and I mean that's freaking cool to celebrate of Hanukkah. So
All right.
maybe if the Hanukkah comes around, maybe all of us will celebrate Hanukkah like menorah, something like that.
Maybe next week,
I can
Ellis
bring I have a little light up menorah. I have a real one with the candles and then also a little digital one.
Bring it over.
It'll be
Well.
perfect because we record the podcast right around dusk.
Perfect. It'll be, actually that'll be great. We can do that.
We can light the menorah on the podcast.
I
Hell
love
yeah.
that.
Okay.
Okay.
That'll be fun. Speaking of exciting things,
Oh,
I posted the video of me yelling at our boy Dom,
Dom. Yep. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
actually
and he commented on it.
on Instagram.
And I have to tell you what he said. He commented on it.
Well,
And
my video is way more better than yours.
okay, well, my video on Instagram actually got more views than yours, so I don't know.
Oh, really? I have a comment.
Well, that's not what we're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I have that comment too. You just wait. Just wait. I know what comment you're talking about. Right now I'm talking about my comment from our boy Dom. He said, "Thanks, Baker fam, heart. even though I saw Derek booing me.
Sorry, Dom.
You deserve it.
You deserve
Oh
it.
my goodness. And then
No, he doesn't.
I responded and I said,
He does.
haha, sorry, Dom. You know the rest of us were rooting for you. And Dad responded and said, he has been strongly reprimanded for that ugly behavior. And then Mom responded and said, always Team Dom.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, 100% Team Dom.
The rest of us had Dom's back, but he confirmed that he saw you being a little jerk to him from booing our friend.
I have to boo him. He's a jerk.
Oh
What
my
do you think he
gosh.
is?
He is a heel.
I don't think he's
That
a
is
jerk.
his story.
I think he's great.
He is a jerk.
Okay,
All
Move
right,
on.
all right,
That's
all right.
his story.
All right.
His story right now is that he's a jerk. I get it.
All right. In other news, in other comments,
Yes, before you get to that one, and I saw that smile on your face for
Uh-oh.
sure.
I don't know why.
he thinks that you're even gonna know who this person is, and you're not.
Dominic, you will lose the NXT North American Championship at Deadline, son.
Okay,
Kiss that title goodbye.
we'll talk about that during the
Kiss
weekly.
that title goodbye.
See ya.
We'll talk about that during the weekly wrestling wrap up. Okay.
Yeah.
So I also posted one of the videos of you and Triple H.
Yes.
Super fun.
This is one of my favorite videos.
That one popped off.
That one sure did pop off, and people were very impressed by your booking skills.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. They want you to be hired to book the matches. They think you have great ideas. I loved it.
We would also like Derek to be
Thank you,
hired.
people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So WWE, you know where to find us. But I did highlight some of the. I pulled some of the comments that I thought were really special. And what I think is really cool is how many people actually tell us that watching your videos got them back into wrestling, which I feel like is kind of a trend. Like a lot of kids.
Got me back into wrestling.
Yeah. a lot of kids grow up and they watched wrestling as a kid. They got really excited about it
Like
as a kid.
AZ Moreno.
And then we'll come back to that. And then they kind of like fall off
Do other things.
They do other things. They get
Have other
busy. They grow
interests.
up. They have other things going
well,
on.
Dominic said he did that.
Right. Exactly. But
Before he debuted in 2020.
Yep.
yeah, but people
Where's
online
that, Dominic?
have told us that this comment says Derek is a big reason why I got back into WWE. That's from G. This one says, this is from April. I love this. I had been out of wrestling for a while and I saw your video when Bailey came back last year and I've been hooked ever since.
Ooh.
I love that one.
This one says, I am a 50-year-old man that watched wrestling as a kid and into my late 20s before falling away, and I have never enjoyed it more than I do watching Derek and his love and his reactions to it.
That's awesome.
Love that.
I
This one-
think you guys might have a bargaining chip if you go to the talking table with WWE. You know, it'd be like rise of WWE viewership in the inception of Baker Banter.
Oh,
know,
don't
it
you
could
worry,
go-
Ellis. I have these saved in an
Oh,
album for
sorry,
a
we
reason.
gotta pull up the stats here.
This one says, Derek's reactions to wrestling has made me like it again. Mom sent me this one. I started watching WWE again just 'cause of Derek. Make him a manager. Mom responded and said, love that. And this guy, his name is Chris. He said, please thank Derek for me. I haven't followed wrestling in almost 20 years.
Well, it's been 20 more, buddy.
Nice.
And what's cool is we actually have people come up to us at events and say things like that too. Like, I started watching wrestling again because of you. Or like, I'm here because I wanted to see you and I got back into wrestling because of you. And I just think that's so cool.
You're an
now,
inspiration, Derek.
This is the comment that Derek wants you to hear about.
Oh.
It says, my man Derek wasn't there to make requests. He was there to make changes.
Mhm.
And here's our name, Jenna Baker.
And that is from somebody named Maddie.
Yep.
And Derek really likes Maddie. We're actually friends on TikTok. We follow each other. And Maddie makes wrestling videos where she analyzes things that have happened in the ring, and Derek really likes watching her videos.
Yep.
And he showed me her videos, and he said we need to follow her, and so I started following her, and now we follow each other. I don't know if she followed us first or vice versa. I'm not really sure, but regardless, she makes videos about wrestling, and Derek really likes her videos about wrestling. So shout out to you, Maddie. Derek was very excited to see your comment on our video.
I was so happy.
He
for that.
called me about it specifically.
That's
That
super
comment.
cool, buddy. Super cool.
I know.
So I just wanted to shout out all of these people who say these nice things. I just thought that was really cool. So before we move on, I do want to say we have Baker Banter merch.
Wow, wow, wow.
Love it.
We are getting close to the holidays. We've actually had a couple of people tag us on social media wearing their merch.
Oh, I haven't
Hell
seen
yeah.
those.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Well, you got to watch
Speaking
the
of
Baker
that-
Banter Instagram story, Mom.
I'm so bad at that.
She has a hard time finding the
I'm
story.
really
Speaking of
bad
that-
at Instagram.
It's tough.
I need an Instagram class.
I
They're probably out there.
did talk to Jared.
You talked to Jared.
And talk to Jared.
Poor Eagles.
Kate and I are going to do Christmas and birthday gift exchange.
Gift exchange.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's an idea.
So, maybe you and I.
Are we going to get him Baker Banter merch?
Tell them to send us cheesesteaks.
What?
Philadelphia cheesesteaks. You know.
From Pat's and Geno's. I think those are the
First of all,
places.
that is not it.
Oh.
Oh, not to hold your thought just a second. Dana texted me after she listened to the podcast last week, and she wanted me to let Ellis know that Giordano's is not the right choice for deep dish pizza.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's fine.
You got burned, son. Like Dominic got burned.
Just like Dominic, you got burned.
I'm not feeling the heat. It's okay.
It's fine. It's
We all
fine.
gotta try Pekwads or Pequads.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
supposedly the one.
That's what
Try
that's
that.
what Cole told us about.
Shout
yeah.
out emos over all of them though.
Yeah. Well, I do love a deep dish pizza. I will admit. So, you and Jared are gonna exchange gifts.
Yeah.
In April, I think. Right? When we
Yes,
hopefully see him
in
at
April.
WrestleMania.
I see.
So, Jerry wants a football jersey.
Wow,
said-
those are pricey.
I got a guy.
Oh, you got a guy?
I got a
All
jersey
right.
guy, yeah.
Well, that's perfect. And a white Baker Banner
Baker Banner merch.
Baker Banner
sweatshirt.
merch.
Well, I think
t-shirt.
Jared should buy it for himself and
No,
support
I'm
us.
gonna buy it for him.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So
We don't even get free merch ourselves. We got to buy our merch.
Jared, I'll take a AJ Brown Eagles jersey if you're sending gifts this way. He's on my fantasy team and he's a dog.
What size?
Large, please.
Okay.
If you can do the old school Kelly Green one would be really cool.
Don't listen to him, Jared.
Please listen to me.
Oh my
Don't
goodness.
listen to him.
All right, we're going to move on from this conversation.
And
Oh, one more thing.
there's one more thing. Jared, he's gonna do the same for me for Christmas and for my birthday. 2022 DVDs and 2021 DVDs for Christmas and my birthday.
Well, speaking of DVDs, Ellis, why don't you bring me that box over there?
Oh.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that,
Segway. My arm.
I'm
is
good for
itching.
that one.
I had to.
Where do you want to put it?
You're welcome. I stopped by the post office today, my dear.
Yes, shout out to Mom. She did swing by the post office for me. So before I show you what's in this box the rest of the way, first we're going to do this book. So a couple months ago, Derek and I sat down with Dr. Jeremy Housewright, and he is from St. Louis, and he is a big wrestling fan, and he told us that he was working on this book.
In this the book.
He told us that he was working on this book. It is called For the Love of the Show, Pro Wrestling
Whoa.
Fans Tell Their Stories. So here's the book, and I'll read you
This
just a
is
little.
so cool.
I'll read you a little blurb on the back. It says, Jeremy Housewright is a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Housewright covers and photographs many wrestling shows each year, along with interviewing a list of who's in professional wrestling. He currently resides in Missouri with his wife, Sarah, and English bulldog, Gertrude. So this is his book, and there's a special note in here. It says, Derek, thank you and your sister Jenna for talking with me. I hope you and your family enjoy the book. I hope you enjoy the gifts as well. I hope to see you at a wrestling show soon. Merry Christmas to the Baker family, Jeremy. So he signed it for us. And if you would like to get a book yourself to read this book about wrestling fans, you can do so on Amazon and at Barnes & Noble. But the last chapter, chapter 12, says social media sensation. And it is a chapter all about you and I.
Wow.
So exciting.
All about
That's
our
sick.
conversation. So it starts on page 67, but there's a little blurb I wanted to read. It goes from page 67 to, I think, the end of the book, page 85. And it's all about our conversation that you and I had with Jeremy and the things that he has seen us do on social media when it comes to wrestling. But I wanted to read you this little blurb. So this is about our when we first met Dom and Ray. And
Hold your phone.
okay.
Dominic, you better listen to this. Proceed.
So it says
You got Dominic's full attention.
so this
Pay
was
attention, Dom.
2022 Royal Rumble, and it says, Jenna said the family was aware that Ray and Dominic would be surprising Derek with tickets to the Royal Rumble, but didn't know what to expect. They spent 2 hours with us that day, she said. Normally these things take like 20 or 30 minutes max, but Dominic said he and Ray enjoyed hanging out with us, so they stayed longer. And then it also says, in the time the Mysterios spent with Derek and his family, Jenna said Ray was blown away by Derek knowing all the stats about his career. Ray knew about all his accomplishments, but couldn't believe that Derek knew the exact statistics about them, Jenna said. He said he knew the things happened, but he did not know the stats down to the T. Ray was so impressed with the wealth of wrestling knowledge that Derek had, Jenna said. It was great, and we just really formed a friendship with them that afternoon. For the past 2 years, Dominic has even called Derek to wish him a happy birthday. We got to FaceTime him on Derek's birthday, Jenna said. Our friendship has just blossomed since then. We post a lot of videos about him. For some fans, meeting two of the wrestlers they look up to may be overwhelming, but Derek just takes it in stride. Being friends with them is super cool, Derek said. I look up to Rey Mysterio because he is a legend. So, I just thought that was a cool little anecdote.
And I meant that to my heart.
Yeah.
From your heart.
But that last chapter is all about our conversation that we had with Jeremy, and this is the book.
Yep.
And if you're a wrestling fan, I think you will really enjoy it because it's all about you guys. It's about wrestling fans. So
Yes.
that's pretty cool. Check it out. So in addition to the book, Jeremy also sent you some goodies because you're just a lucky, lucky boy. And check this out.
DVDs.
DVD. DVD.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Dang,
Wow.
this is cool.
That one's never even been opened.
Mint condition.
I don't think that one has either.
Or maybe this one's
That
the
one
one that
has.
has been opened.
That
one's been loved.
I bet. This one is Saturday night main event.
So that's pretty cool. And then there's also a couple little big heads. in
Funko
here.
Pops. Funkos. I love those little guys.
Who
These are cool.
Who do you think that is?
do you think this is? Do you think that's Paul Heyman?
No,
Yo,
it's got too much hair.
Yeah, I was about to say that. So who do you think this is?
You're fine.
Are you going to give me a name? Because I don't get the reference.
He says that all the time.
Well, who is it?
You know what it is?
I don't know what it is.
You're fine.
You're fine? What's the human's name, bro?
You're fine.
All right, well, we're just not going to find out his name because Derek won't tell us, and we don't know his reference. So who do we think this is?
Vertical
Thor.
activities.
It does kind of give Thor vibes.
Oh, I think that might be Drew McIntyre.
Oh yeah, that's
No.
definitely
His
Or-
hair's not that dark. Could it be Sheamus?
No.
No.
I think it's an older guy probably.
Do you know?
I just love that we have new
I don't
props for the table.
This is Ric Flair.
Woo!
Woo! You got it right.
Look at that lettuce on there.
Yeah. So there's that. And then there's one more thing in here from Jeremy.
I have 4 Funko Pops at home. I love those things.
Kane. Ultimate Edition.
With the mask. I only remember ugly bald Kane.
That is
Kind of
so
looks
cool.
like me.
Oh. So what do you say to Jeremy?
Well, Jeremy, I am really appreciate all these goodies and especially DVDs.
And especially the book that has a whole chapter about you.
And a picture. There's a picture of him.
That too.
Oh, there
There's
is?
in the book.
Yeah, there's a picture of Derek and Jeremy. I guess we met him at Royal Rumble.
Oh, I missed the picture. All right.
That's very sweet
There
for
it
him.
is, right there.
There's the picture.
That's me.
That's you.
That's me.
That's my first ever wrestling event. That's back when you liked Dom still. You're wearing a Dirty Dom shirt.
Oh,
Well, that was before he was Dirty Dom, I guess.
Yeah.
'Cause it was
Yeah.
just Dominic Mysterio. But yeah,
clean Dom.
for the love of the show, find it on Amazon. Find it on at Barnes & Noble.
Maybe at your local library.
Yeah, support
They're still around, people. Don't forget about them.
support our friend Jeremy. It's all about wrestling fans.
Yeah. So, Jenna, you want to go first?
Yeah, so last week we had a really fun event with our good buddy Drew McIntyre and WWE and Cricket Wireless. It was a 12 days of cricket event. It was hosted at the Herbert Hoover, I believe, Boys and Girls Club,
Yep.
which is in downtown St. Louis. And Derek was super excited. Derek
It
loves
was fun.
kids.
He does love kids.
He loves kids. And I didn't realize you were going to get to do this until we got there, but you actually got to introduce Drew McIntyre
You did a great
did.
job,
I
Jade.
did.
on a
Okay.
microphone.
Yep, great job.
Well, way before that, before me and Drew McIntyre, I did Paul Cutter's move,
You did. You tried. They didn't understand, though.
and
What do
I
you want to
said,
talk about?
"Boys and Girls Club, what do you want to talk about?"
Yeah.
I didn't realize
And
that was a
and
Cody
I-
Rhodes move.
And
I didn't know.
I wanted to talk about 2020 Royal Rumble winner, WWE champion, ladies and gentlemen, give it up, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. And then Drew, come on in and surprise the kid.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun. And I'm excited you got to introduce him. I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you did a great job.
It was cool.
And
That
then
was cool.
Drew gave like a little motivational speech, which was nice. I didn't know that he had been fired from WWE and then brought back. Did you
No,
know that?
I didn't know that either.
I thought that was a pretty cool, the way he set it up. He basically said that he, you know, it has been his dream to become a wrestler his whole life. And then he became a wrestler and he kind of let his dream get away from him. He got involved in some things that he shouldn't have been involved in. He kind of
Maybe got a little cocky.
maybe got a little cocky, maybe was becoming a little more negative than he needed to be, and he got fired and he lost his dream and he had to turn his life around, make some different choices, maybe hang out with some different people, and he eventually was able to, obviously he got his job back and he's now back in the WWE, but he gave this whole little speech about how, you know, just because you get to your dream doesn't mean you can just throw it away and just be whoever you think you want to be. You got to continue to be a good person, continue to do the right thing, continue to stay positive. And I thought he had a really nice message for the kids, and the kids were so excited to see
The
him.
kids were awesome. They were so much fun. They were fun.
One
They
of
were
those
just super
little
fun.
boys. Give me a hug
Yeah.
during that.
Yeah.
Yes, we did tell Derek he cannot hug the kids without
Or pick them up.
or pick them up. Yeah. You know, he likes to hug our nieces and nephews and our cousins' kids, you know. He likes to give them big hugs and sometimes pick them up, and that's okay when it's our family. But we did tell him that he cannot hug or pick up any children without no picking up regardless, but he could only get a hug if one of the kids asked for a hug. And luckily, right at the very end, one kid came up to him with his arms open wide, and he wanted a hug from Derek. And Derek was so excited for that hug.
Hug it out.
Hug it out.
It was super fun.
So you got to hand out some like little goodie bags to the
Yes.
kids. They got to come take a picture with Drew McIntyre, and then afterward
I
they
did
came
that.
to you and you handed out the goodie bags. That's how you got to really interact with them the most.
I think both the girls' club are super cool.
Super cool.
Super cool. Hopefully I can go back to doing that boys and girls club.
I loved that event so much. I would love to go back another time. I think that was super fun.
And not only reacting with the WWE superstars and especially reacting to kids. I don't mind play horsey.
I don't know
So,
what kind of game
hee-haw!
that is, but that's scary. Okay, we're
Okay.
gonna move on from that. But
Kids love play horsies.
okay, if you say so.
Really? As Miss Alice Becker, she told me,
Alice Baker. Ellis, I definitely thought he said Ellis.
she told me, hey dear, can we play horsey? I was like, sure, right now. I don't mind to beat a horse. And moments ago when I was on the floor and I was a horse.
Okay.
Okay, he's so cute.
Nay. No. Shout out to you, Alice Becker.
Alice Baker is what he's saying. by
That's
the
fair.
way.
I mumble a lot when I talk, so most people think I say Alice or Alex when I first introduce myself.
Yeah. He
So
is
if you want
saying
to play horse
Alice.
again this year, let's do it.
Okay. And then at the end, after all the kids left, Drew, so when I was making this plan with Cricket Wireless, I had a meeting on a Wednesday, and the day before on Tuesday, we had recorded a podcast. And that day on the podcast, the day before I'm making this plan for this event that I know Drew McIntyre is going to be at, Derek tells us on the podcast that he is no longer friends with Drew McIntyre.
Oh, no.
And then
No.
the next day, I have this meeting
I
with
said,
Cricket.
I said not a fan of his.
No, what you said on the podcast is Drew McIntyre is not my friend anymore. And I told Cricket the next day, I said, yeah, we're definitely not going to surprise Derek with the fact that it's going to be Drew McIntyre there, because yesterday he told us on the podcast that they're not friends anymore. So I'm definitely going to have to prep him so that I prep him that he has to be nice. And so Cricket did inform Drew and WWE that you guys might have a little beef to work out. And so Drew did come prepared to the event to have a little sit down conversation with you. And after all the kids left, Drew and Derek sat down and they got to duke it out a little bit.
Yep.
And-
Verbally. They had a verbal conversation.
Yes, they used
they
their words. There was no
Yeah,
fists
right.
being thrown. Sorry if duke it out was maybe the wrong term to use. But you did get to talk to Drew. You did get to tell him what you think, and he told you his side of the story. And I got to be honest, Derek, you were really sticking up for your guy, Jey Uso. And I know you really like Jey Uso, but I think Drew had some valid points. And I felt like what Drew told us about how Jey embarrassed him in the UK in front of his family. Drew was
It
telling...
wasn't Jey Uso. He's not even there. He wasn't there. Only one person to cause Drew McIntyre is Solo Sikoa. It's not Jey. Absolutely not. Jey Uso know what he did in the bloodline in the past. We get it. We all get Jey Uso have this problem, and I am finally talked to the assassin to him, and now he told me loud and clear he is done with the bloodline. I'm done on SmackDown. I'm done with WWE. And right after that, he got a phone call by Cody Rhodes, and from that, it's become a changed man. He's doing the right things right now, and that's good.
He
That's
is.
Good. He did.
But I think
Same with Zayn and Jey Uso hug. That was great. But there was in the past with KO. That was good.
I think what
especially the Viper Randy Orton as well. They have differences in the past as well. He said he was sorry to Randy.
But he didn't say he was sorry to Drew.
Randy says we're good. We're good.
Drew
Apologize.
said all he
Just
wants
like
is an apology.
We need to get Jey Uso to apologize.
You
Drew.
told Drew at the end of this conversation, I hope I get to share this conversation with you guys. It's about 15 minutes of Drew and Derek going back and forth, and it is pretty darn funny. But I do hope that we'll get to share those videos with you. But
they
either
have to
way,
go through an approval process.
They do have to go through an approval process, so it might take a little bit for me to be able to put that out. But I do hope to put it out. But regardless, Drew actually
And I did
asked.
told Drew he doesn't deserve the world heavyweight
you did.
championship.
I
Well,
know.
his actions.
Looked him
I
right in the
don't
eye and
think
said,
he
"You don't deserve it."
that title.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he was really hard. He was holding Drew very accountable. And I did actually get to send the footage over to Drew, and Drew has a video editor that he works with, and he says that he's going to post some of the videos. So Drew doesn't have to go through an approval process. So Drew might put out some of the videos, and he's hopefully going to invite Baker Banter as a collaborator on those videos. But we'll see when those come out. But I do hope that I get to post this full conversation, because it was a very interesting conversation between the two of you. But I think, Drew just feels like he deserves an apology, and I don't think that's unfair of him to feel that
Really?
way.
Really? I think Drew have to apologize to Jey.
Oh no! See, Drew doesn't like
No.
that plan. Drew thinks Jey owes
Well,
him
I
an
don't
apology.
care.
I
what
think
he
when we
thinks.
left, you had agreed that you would try to convince Jey to say he was sorry to Drew.
You did. You told Drew that you would work on that.
I did talk to Drew, make sure Jey apologize. Before I do that, I have to meet with Jey Uso.
Yeah, I know. We've never met him.
I have to clap and put a smile on my face. I'll be like, Jey Uso! Woo!
It was kind of funny, Ellis. Drew said, I understand that it's fun to get up and do this and say yeet, yeet, yeet. He's like, Jey Uso doesn't use many other words except for yeet. And-
It was funny.
Oh, I would have had a blast. with
oh my
that.
gosh, it was hilarious. And then he also said at the end,
Jey and I will talk about his experience with the bloodline.
he also said, I watched the video back today when I was editing the video I need to make for Cricket, but he also said at one point, he said something about Roman, and he said, yeah, Roman never shows up to work.
Like Brock
I haven't
did.
seen him in a while.
And then he also said, Jey Uso, he's not a man of many words, but if he would sit down with me and have a conversation and work this out, like, I'd be down to do this. And then at the end of the conversation, where Derek and Drew did come to a nice conclusion, and they shook on it a couple times, and they said that they were still friends, Drew said, countries should do this more often. Which was pretty funny.
Yeah, we're not good at using our words.
Yeah, but it was really nice of Drew. I thought it was super considerate of him he wanted to spend that time talking it out with you. He knew you were upset with him. He knew that the things he had been doing in the ring were not making you very happy, and it was very clear that Drew
being a jerk to me. I called it Jey.
he was not being a jerk to you.
Well, technically, he was being a jerk.
He's talking about
He might have been a
on
jerk in the ring,
stage,
but what
not
happened
to you personally?
What happened last week when we were at the event with Cricket and WWE,
But me and Drew are okay. for
Yeah.
sure.
Drew went out of his way to sit down and have a heart-to-heart conversation with you, and he wanted to make things right with you, and I thought that was very, very nice of him.
Well, that's very kind for him.
Absolutely.
It was.
And you guys are good now.
You shook on it multiple times.
You may have some things that you agree to disagree on, but you're okay.
Yeah. I am so excited for February 5th.
Oh, is that when? Is it SmackDown or Raw? That's
It's Raw.
In town?
It's
Raw
Raw.
is in town. Yeah.
It's
And
Raw.
Drew will still be on Raw at that point, right?
Yeah. No, that is true. There's some people
You know- you wanna know who's
I don't like. For example, Becky Lynch.
You love Becky Lynch, or you don't like Becky Lynch right now?
Well, let's just say me and Becky never see eye to eye.
You want to know who's at the top of my list for Monday Night Raw?
What?
Sami Zayn.
That's right. I hope he is there.
I want to meet Sami Zayn.
I want to meet Sami Zayn too.
If we meet Sami Zayn,
MJ.
if we meet Sami Zayn, I'm gonna give Sami Zayn a hug.
Well, that's funny. I might join.
Okay.
And we can do it anything new.
All right. With that, I think it's time to start.
Before
He always cuts me off on my transitions, man.
before
I be trying to make it smooth, Ellis. He never wants to let me do it.
before you say the word
WWW.
Say it. Tell me what you're gonna do. You already cut me off.
Royal Rumble is coming up.
It is.
Tampa, Florida, January 27th.
It is.
Yep. So just let you guys know, on Raw, on SmackDown, you will hear Triple H to say my name. I will be in the Royal Rumble match. I am waiting for my cue.
Waiting for that phone call from Triple H.
You better keep waiting, bro.
So really hoping you have the video.
I do have the video. I did edit it. It is not approved to post, but MJ did say, let's talk about it again closer to Royal Rumble, and maybe we can get it approved closer to Royal Rumble. There was a lot of people in our comments on that Triple H video saying, Derek,
Yeah,
I
you
can't-
missed your chance.
that was your chance to ask for your turn to enter the Royal Rumble. And I responded to some of them and let them know that you did in fact ask, but that video...
I did.
That video has not been approved to post yet, but we might be able to post it when we get closer to Royal Rumble.
Well, till this...
Fingers crossed.
Till we get getting close to the Royal Rumble. So to let you guys know, I am in the Royal Rumble match. And guess who will join me in
Cody
the Royal
Rhodes.
Rumble?
Randy Orton. CM Punk.
Close.
Cody Rhodes. He
Tess
declared
O'Malley.
last night. Cody Rhodes declared last night.
She's on the money.
I
She's
heard
on
it.
money. Yes, the American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes will be in the ring at the Royal Rumble. In the Royal Rumble match.
Defending his championship.
Gonna
'cause
be
he
sad
won.
when you have to pin him, Derek, or kick him out, toss him over the ropes.
But here's a little twist.
Oh,
What's the twist?
We might see The Rock versus Roman Reigns.
The Rock.
At Royal Rumble? Oh, we got to be there.
Did you say The Rock?
That's what he said.
Yes, I just said The Rock.
Okay.
We might see The Rock versus Roman Reigns. We might see Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns again. Or, change it up a little bit, Derek Baker versus Roman Reigns.
That's an idea.
what about Pat?
Hear that, Triple H?
And Triple H, you know what to do.
Yep.
You know what to
You
do
know
for
what
that.
to do.
The Royal Rumble is coming up. So I am so excited to share the ring of Cody Rhodes. I think me and Cody are going to work together and eliminate some superstars. If Dominic is in the Rumble,
Oh, my God. Can you imagine Cody and Derek
Derek
throwing
tossing
Dom
Dom over the
That'd
top
be
rope.
truly
Me-
incredible.
me and Cody will toss Dom over the top rope.
Sounds like
That
a
would be
fever
truly
dream.
incredible. It really does. I don't even know.
All right, we need to move on to the weekly wrestling wrap up.
So, when I'm going with this, I think those three people will stand. It will be the one half of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes, and Derek Baker. Three left. If I eliminated Finn Balor, no chance for him.
You know what I think would happen? If you and Cody Rhodes and Finn Balor were the last three standing.
You and Cody would toss Finn.
And then
Cody would
jump
jump.
out
Yep.
so you could win.
Cody would let you win. I know it.
I think he'd call.
That's good prediction for sure.
I think he'd call a truce and it'd be the first dual champion.
Oh.
Royal Rumble.
Will Drew write Derek's entrance music for the Royal Rumble?
Sure.
All right.
We don't have the different music in that.
Oh.
He
Baker?
sing it.
Banter.
I don't know. I could.
Baker?
No, I could
Banter.
just see him coming out to this music. Bum, 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 but maybe make it a little heavier.
Yeah,
And
we'll
put
have to
Derek's
add a
just-
little more bass. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
Whoa. Be sick.
That could be freaking cool.
That
Dream
would be
big,
so
boy.
sick.
Dream big. He always is.
My prediction for this, it will be the three-man Rose Sandow, Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes, Derek Baker. I'm going to turn around, got Cody's feet, and toss him over the top rope. Cody Rhodes eliminated, and your winner is Derek Baker.
Cody would let it happen.
Amazing.
Cody would so sign up for that. I just know it. All right. With that, it is time. Are you going to intro it or am I going to intro
So,
it?
Cody Rhodes, you ready to team up with me? I think yes. I think it's time for Weekly Wrestling. Wrestling.
Oh my
Okay.
That
goodness.
is legit.
That was legit. Not that we haven't been talking about wrestling for the past 20 minutes, but let's start with AEW Dynamite. We got to run through these fast, my guy. So we have
There's
3
my
people
hand.
from AEW Dynamite, Jon Moxley, Rush, and Swerve Strickland, all scored points on the Continental Classic. Tell me about it.
Yes, they did score big in that tournament. That is so cool. The Intercontinental Classic. That's very cool. Good job for Jon Moxley and Rush and then Swerve Strickland making it happen. Best of luck. So
Let me get this straight. So they have these matches during Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, and then
it's not Rampage. It's just Dynamite and Collision.
Okay, so not Rampage. So only at Dynamite or only at Collision, these certain matches, they get to earn points. And then these points are going to help them in some way when it comes to this like other pay-per-view event that's going to go down. Is it the one at the end of the year on the 31st?
Yes, that is AEW World as wishes we could have MJF goes 1-1 with Samoa Joe for the AEW World Championship. And I got Better Than You, baby t-shirt. So I am ready.
Okay, well that's interesting because you said that they're going to go against each other at the end of the month, but on Dynamite you told me that Samoa Joe came to the aid of MJF.
That's exactly what I said. Yeah.
I think what's happening is Samoa Joe's trying to get him healthier so that when he beats him, he can say he beat MJF at his best.
Right, because that's what he talked about the night we were there. He said because MJF tried to challenge him when we were there last
And he's
week.
like, yeah, no, not now.
And he's like, no, I'm not doing it when you can tell me that you were just injured and you
Right.
didn't.
And
I didn't win because, or I won because you
MJF
were injured.
just said to the challenge of Samoa Joe for the World Ass the end of December, he said, you know, Samoa Joe, the challenge you're throwing out, that's just baloney. And Samoa Joe wasn't taking that, and Samoa Joe to go physical.
Okay, so tell me about Julia Hart.
Still TBS champion.
And you are happy about this.
Love that.
He loves her.
I do.
And there's a new AEW superstar.
Yep, Mary May.
And what's her story? Do you know anything about her?
Well, I do know her name is Mary May. That's pretty cool. She is the biggest fan of Timeless on the Storm. I mean, that's freaking cool for her. So
Tony Storm's the Marilyn Monroe vibes girl.
yeah, it's kind of like that.
Mhm.
So
you wish her luck in her new career.
I wish Mary May good luck.
All right.
We're doubts. And speaking of AEW, I'm glad you mentioned that. I do heard the rumors Matt and Jeff, the Hardy Boys, are tired of AEW.
Oh, interesting.
And that's a strong call for AEW that there could be a chance Matt and Jeff Hardy will return to WWE.
Okay, there's a prediction. So let's talk about Rampage. It looks like there was a maybe like 3-on-3 kind of thing. It says Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta, and Danhausen get the win.
Yes. All three gonna win. First of all, Danhausen, welcome back.
Welcome back to the ring. Has he not been fighting? Because we saw him when we were there.
Well, he was out for a long time ago, and
He's out from fighting.
he's out, and now he returns back. So that's freaking cool. So welcome back to my guy, Danhausen. And yes,
I think Danhausen's pretty funny.
yeah. Very, very, very nice. Very, very, very nice. Very, very, very
Could
nice.
also be considered a little.
Eva.
Could also be considered a little creepy, but I think he's kind of funny.
I don't like looking
Just-
at this guy.
Did you look him up? Yeah.
That's,
See, he's kind of freaky looking, but he's also like
Hey,
pretty
Mom.
funny. Yeah.
Mom. Been cursed.
oh.
That's his thing.
I don't
He
need to
does
be
the
cursed.
thing.
oh.
Don't do that. She's got enough on her plate. Okay, so let's talk about the Don Callis family.
They got to win.
They actually won.
That's awesome.
Normally they lose. Was it Hobbs? We like Hobbs.
Oh, big fan of Powerhouse Haas.
Big fan of Hobbs.
He's a badass.
He's a big man. He was so nice.
Speaking of the Don Callis family, Sammy Guevara
Yeah.
is officially a dad.
Ah, congratulations, Sammy.
And what's his partner's name? What's her name? We've met her before. She's cute blonde.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Can you look her up, please?
I don't know if they're married or not, but it's Sammy Guevara. She's a wrestler. You should be able to find it pretty easily. Okay, tell me about Chris Statlander, Hikaru Shida, and Sky Blue.
They got to win as well, and that's really cool for them.
It sounds to me like AEW Rampage really went your way this week. You got a lot of wins that you liked.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Better than Survivor Series. We didn't get a lot
Tanara
of wins.
Mello. Does that sound right? With Sammy Guevara.
Derek would be the only one that knows.
Say it again.
Tanara Mello.
Oh, does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's right.
okay. So let's talk about
Because
Collision.
being a dad, Sammy.
Yeah, I did look it up because Sammy Guevara just like has a bit of a baby face, and I did not realize how old he was.
How old is he?
He's 30.
Oh, okay.
I
He's
thought
your
he was
age.
like 25. Like he looks. Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty young.
Yeah, he does look young.
So AEW Collision, we have a few more people who have gotten some points for the Continental Classic. We have
In the blue league.
Brody King scores 6 points for the Continental Classic.
Yes.
And Andrade and Bryan Danielson both scored 3 points. So how does one score points for this event?
Well, if you get most wins, you get a point.
If you get a win in the ring, you get points.
Yeah. If you lose the match, you'll get 0 points.
Okay. So how do you get like some people got 3, some people got 6?
Well, Andrade and Bryan got 3 points is on the board, so those two are safe
Mm-hmm.
and not get eliminated.
Yeah. How did Brody King get 6?
Brody King, he got 6 points, so that means he won't get
Eliminated.
not to get eliminated
Good job.
But why did he get 6 when the other two just got 3?
because Brody King is safe. Andrade and Bryan are safe as well.
Mm.
Still doesn't tell me why he got 6 and the,
The
other guys
math's
got
not
3.
mathing on this one.
No.
All superstars, Brody King, Bryan Danielson, and Andrade Italo are safe. The Intercontinental Classic.
Has Brody King won twice to make him safe?
Yes.
Has Bryan
Twice.
Danielson only won once?
Once.
There you go.
I'm so smart.
Now
Two
the
wins.
math is mathing.
All right, now we got it. We're all on the same page. The Kingdom.
We need Katie, the math teacher.
I know, yeah. Well, I figured it out.
3 plus
You
3
you
is
did
6.
figure that
Okay,
out.
so tell me about the Kingdom
The Kingdom kind of won.
and Malachi Black and Buddy Matthews.
They kind of win as well.
And you are happy about this?
I love that.
Okay. So let's move on. We're going to talk about NXT.
Yes, my favorite event.
You do love your NXT. So, speaking of this, did we talk about the fact that we met an NXT girl last week? We were at...
I think we did.
Did we? I don't remember. I listened to the podcast twice. When we were at Survivor Series, Ellis, there was this girl at the end, and she wanted to take a picture with Derek. Her name was Kennedy, and she told us that she's actually an up-and-coming wrestler, and she's been working with NXT for the past year. And Derek hopes that we'll get to see her in the ring someday soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we followed her on Instagram. We told her we might have her on the podcast someday, so I'll have to reach out to her. So, NXT, we have Kalani Jordan and Braun Breaker both qualified for the Iron Survivor Challenge match.
Yep. They're both in the Iron Survivor Challenge match. That's actually pretty cool.
So, you're happy about both of these entrances?
Absolutely. Braun Breaker. Whoa.
Whoa.
We have a lot of badasses right now. Very badasses. Number one, Dijak. He's one of the biggest badass superstar I've ever seen.
Heck yeah.
Josh Brooks. Same thing.
Badass.
Badass.
Badass
What?
superstar. And now we're just added
Braun Breaker?
freaking Braun Breaker.
Wow.
Badass.
Badass of the badass.
That's sick.
So that is freaking cool. And I am really happy for Braun. And then Iron Survivor's Challenge match. I don't know which one's going to win that, but
It'll be a good one.
it's going to be a good one.
And
Yeah.
Ilya Dragunov.
Before we get to Mr. Dragunov, we're going to mention that, yes, Keanu Jordan did qualify in Iron Survivor Challenge match. That is so cool.
Good for her.
It gives you who helped her.
Roxy Perez.
Bingo!
Yes.
Nice.
Well, he was upset Roxy didn't get in.
That is real. And tonight, Roxy Perez have to
Does she have another shot?
she have another shot.
Ooh, that's
well,
good.
we better hurry up so we can get up there and have dinner and watch that shot.
Yeah, we do. So tell me about Ilya
With-
Dragunov.
With Teen Hell as well.
Tell me about Ilya Dragunov.
Yes. You did measure them, and Ian Dragunov did get a win on NXT. That is so awesome.
And
So
I
awesome for him.
like this. I told Derek, he gives me a lot of notes, and I really prefer that he doesn't just give me notes that say, blah, 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 got the win, blah, 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 got the win. Like, that's kind of boring. People can look up who got the win on their own, right? This one says, this is juicy. I know
Very
who
juicy.
attacked Trick Williams.
Ooh.
Tell me more.
Who?
Brian Pillman Jr.
Really?
Really?
That boy.
That boy.
That boy.
Not a badass.
I know he's a badass. But I feel like they call him a asshole.
Sneaky asshole.
Yeah, sneaky asshole. Why you attack Trick Williams?
I don't know.
I
You
don't
tell
know.
me.
Because he's a sneaky asshole.
Maybe it's his job.
I don't think his
Wait,
job.
Was he one of the 3 random men, or is this something different? Am
The 3 random men, that's an AEW thing.
Oh,
That's
okay. I'm way
AWC.
off base
yeah,
here.
we're on
Sorry.
NXT right now.
But Brian Pillman Jr., bro,
Back off.
you need to back off, kid. Or else your
Kid.
ass is mine next time I can be on NXT. And that will happen.
Next time.
That will happen because I got somebody's numbered. Kennedy.
Oh, okay. So I like this too. You said Wesley is a freaking big deal.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Wesley got the win in the freaking Fatal 4-Way match.
Ho ho! That's awesome.
Yep. Wesley got a win. I help him out with that, and that is so cool. He beat all those 2 men from Raw, 1 man from SmackDown, 2 men for Raw are Big Brock Sharita as Johnny Gargano, and 1 for SmackDown, Cameron Grimes. Big win for that one. That is so awesome. And now he's got our shot for the NXT North American Championship at Deadline this Saturday. And like I said, Dom, Wesley is coming back and getting his title back.
So
Get your title back with title back. Sorry, that just really popped into my head right there.
that's good sponsorship, Ellis.
That's good.
So I was going to say, let's talk about the Deadline match card, even though by the time this podcast comes out, NXT Deadline will be over. But
Yep.
you said to me earlier before we were on the podcast, or maybe it was when we were on the podcast. I don't know. We've been talking forever at this point. You said that Dominic Mysterio versus Leslie will not involve Rhea Ripley. But I hate to break it to you. On the match card, it does say Dominic Mysterio with Rhea Ripley versus Wesley.
Well,
So that might be a little bit of a problem for your guy Wesley. Looks like our boy Dom might have an advantage.
Does Wesley
Well,
not
that's
get to bring
too
anyone
bad
in?
because Rhea Ripley, she's not gonna be there this evening.
Well, I'm just telling you what the match
She's not
card
gonna be
said.
there this evening.
The match card said with Rhea Ripley. So
Well, that is wrong. She need to cut it out.
Okay.
okay, let's run through these other matches. We know you
So,
want Wesley to beat Dom.
I got Wesley.
We know. So then we have Dijak versus Trick Williams versus Josh Briggs versus Braun Breaker versus TBD. So that's a fatal 5-way?
I don't think it's fatal 5-way. We need one more, and that would be tonight.
Oh, so that person's going to be announced tonight. But
Yeah.
what kind of match is it with 5 participants?
Well, if someone wins this last chance, they will move on to Deadline this Saturday.
And then what kind of match will they compete in when it's 5 people?
They will get 5.
Oh, it's the Iron Survivor Challenge.
Exactly.
Oh, duh.
It's all coming together now.
Yeah, everything's clicking. So what exactly will they do in the Iron Survivor Challenge? There will be 5 people. Will there be a cage?
There's no cage.
How do you eliminate somebody or how do
There's
you
no-
win?
There's no eliminate.
Elimination.
Do they all start in the ring at the same
They
time?
all have to start in the ring at a good time. There will be a buzzer first.
A buzzer to kick it off at the beginning, and all 5 people will be in there.
First two go in first, and then the buzzer go off. And
Okay, so it starts with 2, and then another one will come,
Yeah.
and then another one will come when the buzzer rings.
yeah.
And then how does somebody win? They have to. One person gets pinned.
If you pin that superstar, that will be in a penalty box, and you have to survive because when clock is over for 25 minutes, that's how the way to win.
Okay, so
I-
whoever's left standing after 25 minutes is the winner.
Yes.
What if there's 3 people in there at 25 minutes? Do they all win?
Mhm.
It just won't
It's
happen.
gotta be one person.
It just won't happen like that, Jenna.
Right.
Dude, I had like the craziest idea in my head of what this match is, and it's like there's an ironing board set out in the
Oh my
middle of the ring, and they all like the first person to completely iron a shirt is the winner, while they're getting jumped on and slapped and all this stuff simultaneously. But obviously that's not actually what happens. But
Ellis has got ideas.
when
Ellis
I
could
heard
be booking
Iron
manager
Survivor,
too.
that's what I thought. They're ironing a shirt and like
You thought an iron, not like the steel, the
yeah,
metal.
and they're just like fending off people while they're trying to iron the shirt.
Oh my God, you're so funny. Okay, so from the people who are currently announced for the men's Iron Survivor match, do you have a fan favorite or a person that you would like to win?
My favorite is David Josh Briggs.
Josh Briggs. Okay, so what about the ladies? We've got Tiffany Stratton, Lash Legend, Blair Davenport, Kalani Jordan versus one more person that will be determined this evening. Who do you have winning that match?
Well, whoever wins tonight, best of luck. I have Keanu Jordan with the win for sure. If Teen Hell or Roxanne Perez getting the last chance tonight,
You might have to go with one of them.
I have to go for that.
Okay, so you might have the TBD pick.
Yeah.
All right, understood. And the last match on the match card for NXT Deadline is Ilya Dragunov versus Baron Corbin.
Yep, and I got Dragunov for that one.
Of course you do. You do know that Baron Corbin has reached out to us and said really nice things about you.
What do you say?
I don't remember. I
Tell
just
it
know
on the
was nice.
podcast.
Well, I don't remember. It was
Put
a
it out
long
there.
time ago.
Come on, tell me. Tell me.
He said Derek's cool dude.
Yeah, he said Derek's awesome.
Hella
I
cool.
want to meet him someday.
Derek hella cool.
Nice.
And you know what's funny? I was reading the chapter of the book about us from the book from Jeremy, and what I totally forgot about, but he mentioned the video that we posted when we got to 1 million, and Derek put we gave
King
him
Corbin.
the king, and he said, "I'm the new king now, Corbin." And I didn't really know who he was trash talking or what he was talking about, but he was in fact talking to Baron Corbin. So there's that fun fact. SmackDown. Let's run through SmackDown and Raw real quick. And Randy Orton.
The new Friday Night SmackDown roster.
So
he's
he's back and he's on SmackDown. Is that what you're
Hell
telling us?
yeah, Randy.
Yes.
That is pretty cool. Did he fight anybody on SmackDown?
Well, Jamie and Solo trying to bring the fight to him, and they failed.
Oh. Do you think he's going to team up with anybody on SmackDown?
LA Knight.
Yeah.
Love that. All right, let's talk about Raw. So our buddy Drew McIntyre, we did talk about him. We did talk to him this week. He had a match versus Sami Zayn on Monday Night Raw.
You're going to win.
Drew got the win.
Drew beat Sammy.
Drew beat Sami Zayn.
Okay.
Not thrilled.
Not thrilled.
Not thrilled.
Also injured the man.
Injured Sammy?
Oh. We don't
Probably
like-
not on purpose.
We don't like that, but he probably.
Oh,
did.
he did it. He did on purpose.
Okay, just remember he is doing a job.
Mm-hmm. Keep saying that if you want. Drew, you have a problem with Sami Zayn. You have a problem with me now.
Okay, and DIY.
Got the win in the 2 out of 3 falls over Imperium.
Yes!
Imperium lost. We
I love
that.
to see Imperium lose.
Yes, we
love
like
that.
that.
And the Creed brothers.
Trouble in paradise for the Imperium.
Love it.
And the Creed brothers
Got the win as well
Who'd they
over.
over JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio.
Boo.
Number 3.
Alrighty.
I am counting right now. Number 1 is the World Games match. Lost to that one. Number 2, lost to Randy Orton last week.
Okay, I don't think that was a fair matchup, Dom versus Randy Orton.
Oh, that boy got RKO'd.
Hey, you gotta play the cards you're dealt, you know.
And number 3, the Creed Brothers as well. Lost to the Creed Brothers.
3 losses in a row. That makes me feel like he's due for a win, probably at NXT over your boy Wesley.
Dom's due for
Not
a win.
happening.
Okay, if you say so. I have a feeling you're going to be wrong. Let's talk about...
you be no.
All right. So you had Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso. It was for the heavyweight championship.
World Heavyweight Championship.
World Heavyweight Championship. You did say on your Baker Banter Snapchat last night that you wanted to see Jey Uso win, but what happened?
Seth Rollins retained.
Seth Rollins retained. You knew he wasn't going to lose that title just on any old random Monday Night Raw, bro. Don't you know how these things work by now?
Now there's a stroke my mic cord right now. I was really upset Jay lost that one.
Jay stood no chance. All right. We've got a couple of extra things that you want to talk about really quick.
He was close.
I believe he was close,
He
but
was close.
ain't no way they were going to let
Close only
Seth
counts
Rollins.
in
Hella good
horseshoes and
performance.
hand grenades.
You better take that back. Unless there's an insult for Dom.
No.
No, it's just a common saying.
All right.
Then take it back.
A couple of
Okay.
extra things real quick. You've got a couple of NXT call-ups you wanted to mention?
Yes, I am going to talk this to Rey Mysterio, but I will talk about it right now. Get ready because I have 3 Mexican superstars. We'll call up on Friday Night SmackDown and team up with Damage Control, the former NXT Tag Team Champion, Cora Jade,
And
former NXT Women's Champion, also repping in Damage Control as well, Tiffany Stratton.
And
Also former NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Kenina James, will join forces with Damage Control.
okay, that's your prediction. Love to hear it.
And I
And
will talk about that with Rey Mysterio.
okay, that is all we have time for today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Just a reminder, we have Baker Banter merch. If you order it now, I think you can still get it before Christmas. So make sure you put it on your Christmas lists. There's a lot of cool stuff out there. Baker Mania, Derek, Jenna, Katie, and the Bobcat.
That's a thing.
But thank you guys so much for listening. Follow along with us on all the platforms, especially Snapchat. Make sure you're following, especially if you're a wrestling fan, you need to be following Derek on Snapchat because he posts all of his wrestling predictions every single week, Monday Night Raw, NXT, and Friday Night SmackDown.
That's right.
Shout out to our guy, Jeremy, with the book. Again, you can get the book on Amazon or at Barnes & Noble, and we will...
Local library.
Or the library. And we will talk to you guys next week. Peace.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.